The major challenge that we are having actually, which is a good problem, is having enough lands for development. That's in no time, in record times. Like Damac Bay, the first 2 towers sold out in 5 hours. The third one sold out in only 40 minutes. That's a record that's unprecedented in Dubai's real estate market. We're gonna keep focusing on prime locations. We're gonna keep focusing on luxury products because this is what Damac is known for. We're gonna keep focusing on cementing our position as the #1 developer in Dubai. The process is way more complex than people think. Obviously, as I said, location is very important, but it's not just the location.
Aujourd'hui, nous avons le plaisir de recevoir Dr Mohamed Baydoun, vice-président du développement chez Damac Properties. Il gère des architectes, des designers et des ingénieurs pour le promoteur. Avec plus de 20 ans d'expérience, il nous donnera des informations précieuses sur les dernières tendances et les dernières opportunités du marché immobilier à Dubaï.
Découvrez l'univers des entrepreneurs, investisseurs et acteurs de l'immobilier de Dubaï à travers ce podcast. Rejoignez-nous pour des interviews percutantes avec des invités de premier plan qui partagent leurs secrets, leur expérience et leur vision pour réussir dans cette ville audacieuse et en constante évolution. Préparez-vous à être inspiré et motivé par les opportunités infinies que Dubaï offre aux esprits créatifs et ambitieux. Je suis Mounir Ejdal, welcome to Insider.
Dr Baydoun, bonjour.
Bonjour.
Et merci d'avoir accepté l'invitation dans le nouvel épisode Insider. On va commencer par la première question. Pourquoi Dr Baydoun? Pourquoi docteur?
The reason for which I'm called Dr. Baydoun, it's because I have a PhD in risk management of development projects. Actually, I'm the only PhDer in this specialization on the whole MENA region. My initial background is in architecture. I have a bachelor in architecture. Then I had a master's in urban design to complement my skills in architecture to understand very well how to do master plans for communities. Then I wanted to develop my skills in the commercial side of real estate. That's why I've had my MBA. And then I wanted to amalgamate all of that knowledge in one central piece, which was my PhD dissertation that was addressing how to manage risks of large-scale development projects.
Peux-tu nous parler de tes débuts dans l'immobilier à Dubaï?
Actually, this whole thing happened by coincidence. I started in real estate since the beginning of my career. My plan was to become specialized in pure architectural design when I finished my Bachelor of Architecture, but I got a scholarship to do urban design at the American University of Beirut. And the opportunity was too good to be left. So I took it. And after the first semester, I was headhunted by Millennium Development, which was the first development management company in the MENA region. Remember, that was back in 2002. At that point in time, large developers like Damac, like IMA, they didn't have internally their own development teams. So that company was specialized in providing that service for the development companies, large ones in the region. And it was owned by Saad al-Hariri, the Prime Minister of Lebanon. At that point in time, he was the son of the Prime Minister of Lebanon. And I was focused mostly on the Saudi market up till 2016. Then I was headhunted by Majid Al-Futtaim. I joined them 2 years and a half. Then I was headhunted by Damac.
Peux-tu nous expliquer quel est ton rôle, donc ta position au sein de Damac?
In Damac, I am the head of development. My responsibilities are as follows. I'm the person responsible for helping in assessing new lands to be purchased by Damac. From a technical perspective, how can we consume the GFA, entrance, exits? Then once the land is in place, I put together the brief, which includes the unit mixes, sizes, the efficiencies, target efficiencies. There is a famous video I've done on Instagram that talks about the difference between GFA, built-up area, and sellable area. So the intention is to maximize sellable area because that's what I'm selling, reduce built-up area because that's what I'm paying for, and maximize the portion of GFA to sellable area because in Dubai, when you buy a land, you're basically buying the GFA, which is the gross floor area that's allowed for that particular land. And in addition to the quantitative part of the brief, I put the qualitative part, which is to me is the most important part. The whole story starts with what we're gonna tell the customer when we sit with him on the deal table. Obviously, I'm highly involved with the sales heads and with Amira Sajwani, that's leading the sales and development. what's going on in the market, and some of the bulk deals and even negotiated by myself. So we have a solid understanding of what the customer wants for that particular product or that particular location, how we can address his needs, what's the storyline that he's looking for, what's the lifestyle that he needs, and we formulate all of that in a vision that's annexed to the quantitative part of the brief, and these together will formulate the development brief of the project. Afterwards, I have two options. Either I run this with a consultant through my development team, we hire a consultant, we manage him from A to Z, or we have also the concept team that's reporting to me that designs the project from A to Z. That includes even production of the marketing material that we use in the brochures. In parallel, we work closely with Dubai Land Department team, with a technical department to make sure that our projects are covered from a structure perspective, MEP perspective. We even work very closely with the marketing team because we need to advise them on the pitch that needs to be used based on the design and what are the channels that would be required to market the project. We work closely even with the MIS team on the pricing based on our experience, the budget team, what shall be the specification because it's going to drive the cost of the project. And then all of this is amalgamated together in an outcome that's usually the sales material, marketing material, and the prices. We put all of those together and we go live and we pitch the project to the market.
C'est intéressant parce que beaucoup de personnes qui écoutent ces podcasts, qui achètent à Dubaï, ne connaissent pas tous ces détails, justement, et c'est pour ça qu'on est aujourd'hui ensemble. Et j'en viens à la question suivante. Comment se démarque, selon toi, quels sont les points forts de Damac aujourd'hui sur le marché de Dubaï?
Damac now currently is the number one developer in Dubai from a market share perspective. And we achieved this because of very, very solid reason. Because of our deep understanding of the market, every single time we go to the market with a very differentiated product. Let me explain to you a principle that's very, very interesting. Do you have an idea how the human brain decides to purchase an object? Let's say this mug. Do you have an idea on how the human brain, you can convince it or you can, let's say, give it all the logic required to press the green button and purchase it? The human brain is composed of two sections, the Homo sapiens brain and the limbic brain. Homo sapiens brain is responsible for all the analysis and the logical argument that you would provide it to purchase an object. But that doesn't mean that the human brain will press the green button to purchase. I'm sure in many occasions you've been approached by salespeople that gave you all the logical explanations about the product. Still, you didn't buy it because you didn't feel like it. This feel thing comes from the limbic brain, which is responsible for the purpose of the project. So once you'll be able to connect to the purpose of that project, of the person, and understand for that the category, how you can provide them with the pitch needed, that will differentiate you. There's a famous, again, another video I've put on social media in which I talk about how people, or why people buy iPhone. It's not the most technologically advanced device. Everyone knows that, it's not a secret. Still we buy it. It's because Apple convinced us that iPhone is the symbol of innovation and status, which connects to the purpose of many people. And that's why you would see many people, including us, we keep buying iPhone over and over again, although we know that technically it's not the best device, yet it connects very well to our purpose. Using this logic, we formulate the development briefs of the projects that we are working on. We come up with very solid storylines, very differentiated products. And every single time we raise the bar of creativity. And that's why I believe we are dominating the market of Dubai's real estate market through our strategies and our products that are always unique and always differentiated.
Est-ce que tu peux me parler un petit peu des projets actuels de Damac et aussi des futurs projets de Damac? Comment tu vois les choses?
With Damac, I see that we have been focused a lot recently on the prime locations like Damac Bay and like Cavalli Couture on the water. And we have also our communities, which is the golf course communities like Damac Hills, and we have Damac Lagoons, that is the best-selling villas project in all of Dubai, and Damac Hills too, obviously. So Damac will keep focusing on prime locations and will keep focusing on differentiated products. And I believe that will move us which is already in the past, from category of being luxury to the ultra luxury category. And there is a lot of demand in that area on that particular product. And I believe Damac, with its reputation, many people are approaching us to buy in this particular category. And I think that's the add-on to the arsenal of Damac and its spectrum of products.
Quel est selon toi, alors pas selon toi, mais quel est ton favori projet de chez Damac? Si tu dois bien... Tu peux remonter.
Very hard question, actually. Actually, I'm going to give you two answers. They're the community and tower, to be fair.
Okay.
And
So one from the heart and one from the reason.
you can say that, actually. And I'll start with the heart, which is Damac Hills, because I live there, actually. And I don't live there by coincidence, because I love this community. I personally believe it's the best community in all of Dubai. And that's why I'm living there. I'm enjoying my time. It's loaded with amenities. The park there, I think it's the best park in any community in all of Dubai. Think about all the activities like fishing lakes, sports, greenery, landscape, species of animals and birds. It's all there. You think about it, it's all there. Plus, you have a golf course. Plus, you have hotel. Plus, you have an amazing F&B selection. What more you could ask for? It's so much fun. Now, on the towers, the one that I like a lot is Cavalli Couture. All of our projects are stunning, but this one has a very special place in my heart, because this project presents the highest category of Cavalli, which is Cavalli Couture. And that project has been designed internally in Damac. So we had led the project from A to Z in terms of concept and actualization and physical manifestation. And the concept there of the circular terraces, it was introduced in the market of Dubai for the first time, where every single middle unit had a full 180 degrees views, and every corner full 270 degrees views. That was, I believe, a very smart and a genius idea that distinguished the project. The finishes are top, layouts are top. The product, I believe, is one of the most luxurious apartments offering in all of Dubai.
Qu'est-ce qui rend les projets de Damac si uniques, selon toi?
As I said earlier, it's always the storyline. The storyline is what makes the Damac projects super unique, because you look at the other developers. Let's say they find a project that's successful. The trend is to repeat the same project over and over again, because the logic is, if it's working, why to break it? Why to change it? With us, the concept is different. It's working. I want something that works better the next time, and. Plus, there is something that would really distinguish us, which is the finishes. Because, again, you look at the other developers, they have very standardized finishing schemes. For that category, you have this scheme, and that's it. With us, every single time, we change the offering, we change the specs and the selection of finishes to make sure that each product is differentiated. Each tower that we're delivering is actually an exclusive vertical community. So who buys with us is not just a number in a series of buildings. When he's buying his property, he's buying an exclusive right of access to a vertical community that only the lucky few will have access to.
Une entreprise comme Damac, aujourd'hui, et on le sait, surtout depuis le Covid, a lancé beaucoup de projets uniques. Est-ce qu'une entreprise aussi grosse que Damac peut être confrontée à des problématiques, à des soucis pendant, je ne sais pas, entre la réflexion, le lancement, la conception, et comment une entreprise comme Damac peut résoudre ces problèmes aussi rapidement?
Look, the major challenge that we are having, actually, which is a good problem, is having enough lands for development, because we are selling our projects in no time, in record times. Like Damac Bay, the first 2 towers sold out in 5 hours. The third one sold out in only 40 minutes. Like, that's a record, like unprecedented in Dubai's real estate market. So the challenge is to keep supplying the market with the product that they're looking for. And when it comes to challenges, now you're gonna sound like a bit biased because I'm the head of development, but believe me, our machine is so solid at the company, our processes are so clear, that the moment we come up with the vision of the project, We know how to drive it from A to Z and sort out all the technical challenges in the process and make sure we are launching on time and providing quality product to the market. Because of we spend so much time on building a very strong team, building very strong system and processes that are not dependent on people, is dependent on the system of the company. That's helping us in overcoming any technical challenge that we are facing.
C'est bien d'entendre tout ça justement d'un point de vue différent. Nous, en tout cas, on voit tous ces lancements, on voit que le marché immobilier, il est en plein booming en 2023 et ça explose. C'est-à-dire que des projets avec 300, 400, 500 unités partent en 1 heure, 2 heures, 3 heures, il y en a même 1 minute. En tout cas, moi, je suis surpris et je suis agréablement surpris en tout cas de voir ça. Le plus dur pour nous, en tant que real estate, c'est d'expliquer ce qui se passe à Dubaï pendant que eux, ils sont en France. Et justement, on a parlé de ça et c'est pas tout le monde qui croit à ça. Donc nous, notre travail, c'est leur expliquer la réalité du marché. J'ai vu Damac comment c'est parti aussi rapidement entre ceux qui disent c'est cher alors qu'ils connaissent pas le marché. C'est cher. Ça veut dire quoi, c'est cher? On ne sait pas ce que ça veut dire. Dr Baydoun, quel est selon toi aujourd'hui à Dubaï les quartiers les plus attractifs sur lesquels des investisseurs peuvent acheter?
Look, real estate is all about location, location, location. And in my view, you would find 2 major categories of buyers of Dubai. You have the apartment lovers and you have the villa lovers. Each would provide a different lifestyle. And each would come with different advantages and disadvantages. When you are an apartment lover, you like it because of the convenience, because almost all of Dubai's buildings are well equipped with amenities. Obviously, our buildings take the amenities to the next level. And also, you can enjoy the view. So whenever you have a building, let's say, on the water or in a prime location, the apartment and the height would provide you with a very nice view, and you can even enjoy, in addition to the water, let's say, the amazing skyline of Dubai. But there are some people that would prefer the more of the suburban lifestyle. They prefer the villa because of the amenities, the outdoor experience. They prefer the services within the community, and they prefer to be far away from the hustle and bustle of the city. And particularly when you have a golf course community or a lagoons community, that's a major plus because it drives premium across the whole community. Even if your villa or apartment is not directly on the golf course or the lagoons, even if it's a back one, the fact that it's part of a community that's branded as a lagoons community or as a golf course community, you're getting premium for that. So I would see any community that has the lagoon component or golf component was going to keep increasing up in the prices. And I'm not reinventing the wheel. You can check the numbers. How much the prices in the Damac Lagoons increased in the first launch with the Santorini up till now. It increased easily like 30 to 40%. If you look at Damac Hills, the prices of secondary market, people like are making money by flipping the property like around easily 20 to 25% just during the span of 6 or 7 months. Now, going back to the apartments, anything that's on the water, anything that has a premium location will definitely always be competitive. And I would strongly recommend to people, particularly when it comes to apartment, pick up something that's closer to the city center and on water. You cannot go wrong with that. Particularly that the lands that are on the water is becoming more and more rare in Dubai.
Comment Damac choisit ses quartiers?
The process is way more complex than people think. Mm-hmm. Obviously, as I said, location is very important, but it's not just the location. There are multiple technical and commercial factors that takes into play. Factor number 1, what's the GFA? What's the FAR? What's the land area? I do my calculation and identify the number of floors that I would need. There are thresholds at which extra construction costs will be kicked in with the increase in number of floors. People don't know that. Plus, what's the proportion of the land? How much you have width, how much you have depth, and where is the view? And based on that, I would identify how many units will have view as opposed to how many units will not have a view. That's a very important factor for the pricing. And that's going to drive the commercial viability of the project. Entrance. Do I have enough entrance and exits? What's the road leading to it? Is there enough infrastructure? Do you have enough power? Do you have enough water supply? All of those are major factors that we analyze and assess before coming up with a technical and financial assessment for the land, and then we decide if that piece of land is worth to be purchased or not.
Très intéressant. Quel quartier, selon toi, quel area pourrait devenir pour toi le futur quartier de demain à Dubaï? Un quartier que les gens aujourd'hui ne pensent pas forcément, un quartier qui est sous-coté.
Look, there are two major areas in Dubai. I see them booming very, very, very soon. The first one is Business Bay. Business Bay has been always a good location for us, but I could see very shortly an insane increase in the prices in Business Bay, and I'll tell you why. You have the downtown of Dubai, which is fully saturated, let's say almost fully saturated. The next closest thing to the center is Business Bay. But Business Bay has a major advantage, which is the waterfront. Again, all the waterfront plots are almost gone. Very few are left. So automatically, when you have proximity, remember what I said earlier? Proximity to city center and premium view. If you have a location that's close to the city center and most of the units on the water are gone, the premium or the demand will start shifting to the one in the back and the back and the back. What will happen is that the properties that even the ones that are not on the water will be able to claim premium. The prices will increase. So people that bought at good prices can easily claim very good profit over that. That's from one side. Second category that I find also started booming already. I told you earlier that people that look for buying in communities, they buy for the lifestyle and mostly villas and townhouses. And there has been less demand on apartments like a few years ago in those areas because people would prefer to buy an apartment close to the city center. But because those units the communities are becoming very well established, villas are almost sold out, then you will finding there is a major increase in the prices of apartments in communities, which is a new emerging trend. And I see that trend will be picking up a lot in the upcoming 2 years. Because very simply, the golf courses are there, the lagoons are there, and doing communities that are golf course oriented or lagoons area oriented are very expensive. So you will not see a lot of replication of that. So what's existing, you need to maximize capitalization on it. Villas are sold out, you're left with apartments. It's inevitable that the prices of apartments will go up.
Tu parles de Lagoon. Lagoon, ça a été un grand boom en 2021. Fin 2021, c'était octobre 2021 avec Santorini. Quand vous avez présenté et c'est toi qui as fait la vidéo.
Oui, c'est moi.
Assis sur la chaise au bord du lagon. Elle a vraiment marqué les esprits en Europe. Aujourd'hui, beaucoup de gens parlent de Damac, beaucoup de gens parlent de Damac Lagoons. Tu l'as dit tout à l'heure, les prix ont explosé aussi. Moi, je me rappelle des prix. Santorini, une 4 bedroom, c'était 1,6, ce qui fait 415 000 € en octobre 2021. Aujourd'hui, là, on est sur la sortie de Mykonos et on nous a annoncé 2,47, ce qui fait 800 000 dirhams de différence. Ça fait 200 000 € de différence en 1 an et demi.
C'est à peu près 50%.
Qu'est-ce qui explique ça?
Look, two things. One, when you start with a community that's still at its beginning, there is a premium that you would claim once the community will start becoming more established and the construction in Damac Lagoons becoming more and more advanced. So that's the one factor. The other factor is, in Dubai in general, there is an increase in prices, substantial, which is, I believe, is part of a correction. Also, at the same time, Damac Lagoons is reaching the end. So we still have only a couple of clusters to be launched, and that's it. The whole community is sold out. So limited supply, a lot of demand. People bought earlier, made the first move, and it's a first come, first serve market. The one that makes the earliest move makes the most of the profit. So that's why it was inevitable that the prices will go up once most of the community will be completed. And the one that made most of the profit are the one that bought the earliest.
Est-ce que tu peux nous donner un exemple de prix à peu près des communautés aujourd'hui que vous avez sur Damac? Je sais que vous avez quelques bâtiments à Business Bay, vous avez Damac Hills. Juste donner une gamme de prix pour les personnes qui nous écoutent.
Look, the prices increase substantially. Let me give you a quick example. You would have find at Damac Hills, the price of the townhouse was like a year ago around 2.2 million in the secondary market. It's impossible to find anything now below 2.6 million. And just 1 year, not even 1 year, even less than 1 year. Because again of the supply and demand. You would look at our famous most recent building that we handed over, Vera, Reva. We launched those at 700,000 dirhams. Do you know how much the unit there is rating the one bedroom?
I'm renting.
Now it's touching the 1 million. Imagine people like that bought made like 50% on their money on their properties.
Yeah. Zada also.
Yeah, Zada. Now that we handed over recently, also the prices are getting, it's almost matching Vera and Reva.
D'ailleurs, Zada, parlons-en. C'est intéressant puisque, alors, moi je parle avec les clients, mes agents parlent avec les clients, mais on parle aussi avec les développeurs. Donc nous, on connaît le marché, mais les clients ne le connaissent pas forcément. Certains, des fois, disent que les promoteurs livrent en retard, mais là, Zada, vous avez livré en avance. C'est vrai?
C'est vrai.
Combien de temps en avance?
6 months.
6 months.
Earlier.
C'est déjà arrivé de livrer en retard. Quelles sont les raisons que des fois vous puissiez livrer en avance, mais que des fois vous puissiez livrer en retard?
Very smart question. I'm going to answer openly. Look, when you work with a developer with Damac, you should not be fearing the delays. And I'll tell you why. We're selling our projects in no time, right? Obviously, it's not a secret that all the money collected for these stated properties in Dubai sits in the escrow accounts, correct?
Yeah.
And the money cannot be used but for the construction. And the profit is to be collected by the end of the project, correct?
Yeah.
So if the whole project is sold out, the money is in the escrow account, why would you delay a project? There's no logic. It's not commercially right. But if you're working with a developer that's not as strong as Damac and is not able to sell his project like the way we sell out our project, yeah, he might like face some cash flow issues. And he would need sometimes to delay the construction because there isn't enough money in the escrow account. It's as simple as that.
Donc la réponse est ça.
Oui.
Bah écoute, on essaiera. Nous, on est confrontés tous les jours. C'est pas que Damac, hein, c'est tous les promoteurs. Hein. C'est, sans citer les noms, c'est des questions qui sont toujours portées sur la même chose. Est-ce que ce promoteur, il est sérieux? Mais les gens, dans leur tête, sérieux égale livraison. En gros, est-ce que ce promoteur livre à l'heure? Nous, ce qu'on leur répond, c'est très simple. C'est chaque promoteur a son talon d'Achille. C'est-à-dire qu'il n'y en a pas un, je crois, ou peut-être, si, sûrement un ou deux, mais si tu prends 99% des promoteurs ici à Dubaï, très souvent, il y en a qui ont eu du retard. Il y en a même certains qui ont eu de l'avance. Mais ce n'est pas un exemple de dire est-ce que c'est ci ou est-ce que c'est ça. Parce qu'en 2008, il y a eu des lois qui sont passées avec les comptes séquestres. Et tu viens d'en parler. Et en parlant de date, je vais switcher, je vais jumper sur 2040. En 2040, on a un plan. Il y a un plan, on a une éco-responsabilité à avoir. Il y a un réaménagement urbain qui se fait pour que Dubaï se porte mieux. Comment Damac va se positionner par rapport à ça, justement? Est-ce qu'il y a déjà un plan aussi pour Damac pour suivre la vision du Cheikh?
Of course. Look, the vision of the Sheikh is driven by, I'm going to simplify it in my own layman words, positioning Dubai as the best city in the world and stabilizing it at that position. And I believe like we're touching that position. The lifestyle in Dubai is second to none. Level of security, I didn't see it anywhere else in Dubai. I was actually having a chat with one of my friends recently. Let's say if you have a luxury watch or Rolex or something. The only place that I could think of where you could wear it safely is Dubai. US, you cannot. Europe, you know very well. It's too dangerous. Where? It's the only place. Second, Dubai's level of services is second to none. If you want to establish, you can establish a company in 24 hours. Like, where can you do that? Everything is super regulated, online, no hassle. Doing business in Dubai is so easy. So it's inevitable that the businesses will come and get established here. And it's obvious that there is no income tax, and even the tax on corporations is very limited. So all of this will drive more and more companies to work here. The infrastructure is ready to capture even more businesses worldwide. Dubai is cementing itself as not just the tourism capital and the entertainment capital of the world. Now it's cementing itself as the sustainability city of the world by driving all the initiatives and the smart initiatives that are related to making the city not just more sustainable, driving businesses that would spearhead sustainability and smart development worldwide, being focused and being localized, established in Dubai. All of those factors together will only diversify the economy, make it more stable, and will not just cement the position of Dubai, is going to elevate it at a tier where it could be among, if not the best city in the world. We as Damac, definitely we're contributing to our scale and that vision by developing quality projects that are very distinguished, by developing creative projects, by also focusing on the sustainability component in the project that we're designing to make sure that our product is a piece of the big puzzle being established by the leadership of the city and this country to make sure it's sitting on top of the world.
Quels sont les plans à long terme pour Damac sur le marché immobilier à Dubaï?
We're going to keep focusing on prime locations. We're going to keep focusing on luxury products because this is what Damac is known for. We're going to keep focusing on cementing our position as the number one developer in Dubai. And also Damac, as it's known, it's diversifying its portfolio internationally, not just in Dubai. We have 9 Elms Tower in London. We have projects in Lebanon, Jordan, Qatar, Saudi Arabia. We have now a Maldives project with Mandarin Oriental. We bought a piece of land that we're designing in Miami. So Dubai will always be our base. We're going to keep providing people with products that are very distinguished to cement our position as the number one developer, but we're not going to forget our international expansion.
De quelle origine ou de nationalité sont les acheteurs qui se positionnent chez Damac?
It's like it's the same nationalities that are among the top buyers in Dubai, and it's not a secret. Like the information is in DLD. Obviously, after the war between Russia and Ukraine, a lot of Russians and Ukrainians are coming and buying in Dubai. Chinese are always classic buyers, particularly now after they have relaxed the regulations related to travel after COVID. Now we're seeing a new trend. It's not being captured yet in the DLD system, but I believe you're going to see it very soon. A lot of Americans are coming and investing in Dubai because of the financial crisis there. Also, you will find a lot of Frenchly origined people that also coming and investing, whether those are original French or coming from Moroccan, Tunisian background. Also among the top buyers, Italians are buying a lot.
Yeah, number 3.
Yeah, Switzerland. A lot of people from Switzerland, Germany also are buying. So, and the beautiful thing is that every year we say that's number one nationality, and you will see more and more nationalities are being added on yearly basis to the list of nationalities that are highly interested in Dubai.
Comment tu pourrais comparer le marché que l'on vit ici à Dubaï, donc le marché immobilier de Dubaï, avec le marché international, comme dans d'autres villes, en Europe, aux États-Unis, en Afrique?
It's a very, very good question. And I'm sure you've been asked this question by all of your buyers, particularly because they're coming from European origins. One, you look at how much... Look, you can make money in real estate properties two ways, and 2 ways only. Appreciation in real estate value and yield on property, which is basically the rent. Cities like in Europe, in the US, those cities are mostly established, which means that they reach the almost their maximum or close to their maximum when it comes to appreciation of value. So you're buying a property that's already set, established. Dubai is on the rise. It's not a secret that properties in Dubai are very, very cheap compared to Europe and US and Singapore. Although the level of services here is, I believe, is way more superior. So that's why I keep saying that the increase now in the prices is not part of the normal cycle. It's actually a rectification of real estate prices. The second thing is the yield. In Dubai, easily, you guys know this very well. You can make 6-7%. In some cases, you can make between 10 to 15% if you buy at distressed deal in the right time and you put it in the right lease medium, whether that long term or through holiday homes. You can make that number. It's impossible to achieve that in any other city in the world, particularly in Europe and the US. You can never make 10 to 15% yield on your real estate property, and you cannot make like 20 to 30% appreciation in the real estate value within, let's say, a couple of years. In Dubai, definitely that's possible.
Alors, nous, quand on le dit aux clients, on a l'impression que des fois de mentir. Tu sais, puisque quand tu dis à des gens que tu as fait une opération, par exemple, il a acheté un appartement à 400 000 euros et l'a revendu 600, 700 000 euros en dirhams. Il a acheté 1,6 million et l'a revendu à 3 millions. Les gens vont dire, mais c'est pas vrai. Moi, personnellement, j'ai vendu une villa à 1,5 million d'euros, ce qui fait 6 millions de dirhams. 2 ans après, elle coûtait 11 millions de dirhams. Donc, il a fait 5 millions de capital appreciation. Et les gens, quand tu leur expliques ça, ils te disent, mais c'est pas vrai. Ou t'en as qui te disent, bah, je vais faire la même chose. Et ouais, mais bon, avant et aujourd'hui, ça, c'est une question que j'aimerais te poser, c'est est-ce que tu penses qu'aujourd'hui, on peut trouver les mêmes opportunités qu'hier?
The answer is yes and no. It's not a simple answer. Do we have less opportunities than before to make the insane percentage in appreciation in real estate value? For a simple reason. I told you that Dubai, compared to the world, to the number one cities, the top tier of cities in the world, is very cheap. And it's catching up. We still have a long way before we reach where Dubai it should be. So the opportunities are still there. But it's like any market. When you make the first move to the market, you get the advantage. So the earlier you make the move, the better. Still, the opportunities are there. Still, like, you're still gonna make a lot of money. But definitely, let's say let's take a simple example. A townhouse that someone bought it for 1.5 million. Now you buy it for, let's say, 2.5 million, okay? And that will reach, let's say, 4.5 million at some point in time. Definitely, the person that bought at 1.5 will make more money than the one that bought at 2.5.
Bien sûr. Et si moi, par exemple, bon, je connais la réponse forcément, mais j'aimerais bien que quelqu'un comme toi, qui est expert et qui représente un des plus grands, si c'est le plus grand promoteur ici à Dubaï, donne la réponse, parce que c'est pas si évident que ça. C'est quoi les démarches à suivre pour acheter un appartement avec Damac ou une maison? Les différents steps à suivre.
Look, you have usually one of two ways to do it, either through an agent or directly with one of our salespeople. And they both, right, you cannot go wrong with any one of those. Once you go there, our salespeople will try to understand why you want to buy and what are your requirements. Are you buying for investment? You're buying as an end user? What's your budget? Are you looking for something that you want to make money with appreciation or of real estate property or through yield? Because that will drive multiple factors, whether you need to buy off-plan, you need to buy a ready product, you need to buy a villa, you should buy an apartment, and if it's ready, which location you want to put in a holiday home to make higher returns. So there's specific locations where holiday homes will perform very well, or you don't want that headache, you want just to lease long-term and just save yourself all of that, then there are specific areas where families would rent in. They will understand all of those parameters, define the product that suits best your requirements, and then it's business as usual from there. You need to sign the booking form, SPA, you put your down payment, and our customer relationship team will take care of you from then till the unit is handed over to you and you start your operation.
Et après, tu gagnes de l'argent.
Bien sûr.
Quels sont pour toi les avantages de vivre aujourd'hui à Dubaï?
Oh, many. Personally, I cannot imagine myself living in anywhere else in the world. One, security. Second, quality of education for families. Third, quality of healthcare. It's amazing here in Dubai. Fourth, the lifestyle, entertainment in Dubai. Look, I traveled a lot. I'm a very well-traveled person. I cannot recall a single place in the world where you have as much entertainment as Dubai. Also, in addition to that, in Dubai, it's the land of opportunities. And not just in real estate, in any business. So if you want to work in finance, you need to work in media, that's the place to be. And that's why you will see a lot of celebrities from the world are coming and living in Dubai because of the lifestyle it's providing. So you have all the ingredients that you would require for you to have a quality lifestyle. And things are becoming easier now with the golden visa, with the retirement visas. So practically you can stay here forever. You don't need to come spend, let's say, a certain number of years, then come back to your home country. No, that can become your new home country.
Et si aujourd'hui j'ai un investisseur, par exemple, d'accord, j'ai quelqu'un qui hésite encore, je pose des questions, qu'est-ce que toi tu lui dirais? Quels sont tes conseils?
I would advise him, one, to understand the market very well. Do your homework, understand how the real estate areas are subdivided, understand how the premium are driven from one area to another. If you're very new to the market, I strongly advise you to find the right agent that you trust, that looks after your best interest, and that agent shall be someone that's a bit more sophisticated, which in terms of being able to build for you your own portfolio of real estate. And when I say building it, he needs to understand which are the best locations, how to diversify it from a risk perspective. So how much you need to allocate for villas, apartments, off-plan, ready, a long-term lease, short-term lease. A smart agent will be able to do all of that for you. And then run your portfolio. And he stays in touch with you, he manages it. So let's say if your intention is to capitalize on off-plan property and sell it in a few years later down the road, you should be dealing with someone that's confident that will be able to sell it for you after a couple of years when the market picks up or when the prices goes up. And doing this on your own in a market that you don't know, I'm not saying it's impossible to do, but let's say it's riskier. Even if you have to pay commission for an agent, I would go with that route because that's the commission that you're paying for. It's actually your insurance policy to make sure you're not making any big mistakes or any fatal mistakes.
Je suis totalement d'accord là-dessus, puisque alors, nous, on a beaucoup de clients qui viennent de France, de Belgique, de Suisse, de Luxembourg, enfin, toute la zone francophone autour de la France. Et c'est vrai que tous les jours et tout le temps, on doit expliquer quels sont nos services. Que c'est aussi important d'avoir une personne qui est là, puisqu'on est à 7000 km de la France, si ce n'est pas plus, et que pendant qu'eux sont là-bas, c'est important qu'ils aient quelqu'un ici pour, déjà, leur trouver la meilleure opportunité. Quelqu'un qui, une fois qu'on aura fait le booking, ne va pas hit and run, qui soit encore là pour gérer tout l'administratif. Quelqu'un, si demain, par exemple, il y a un coup dur entre madame et monsieur, la séparation, qui puisse revendre l'appartement ou la maison. Quelqu'un qui puisse trouver de la location, puisqu'à Dubaï, on peut faire du long terme, mais on peut faire également du court terme. Donc, c'est pour ça que nous, en tout cas, c'est ce qu'on dit à tous nos clients, justement, que c'est important d'avoir une personne qui soit compétente, une personne qui soit professionnelle, justement, et qui pourra les accompagner pendant toutes ces années entre l'achat, la construction et la location. Qu'est-ce que tu en penses? Est-ce que c'est important d'avoir des professionnels en face de toi?
This is key, because as I told you earlier, like if you don't pick up the right agent, you're taking so much risk, particularly if you're not an expert in the market. You need someone that's sustainable, that's here for a long time, because the idea is not just to buy a property and sit on it. To me, it's more complex. It's about the portfolio again. You have a certain budget that you want to invest in real estate. It will be like if the budget is high, it wouldn't be smart to input all of that in one product. You need to diversify. Remember, my PhD is in risk management. So to hedge your risk, you need to diversify your investment. That's key thing. And only an experienced agent will be able to do that for you and make sure that the numbers are right. It's not just about looking at deal, taking your commission. No. He needs to understand the financial background of that. He needs to understand what are the prices. We believe this area, a few years down the road, let's say they're going to have a mall to be introduced in this community, so the prices will go up. So from now, as I book, and I tell you, in a few years, you're going to gain 20% because they're going to be a mall. That's an off plan. Done. Ticked. One of the categories of your portfolio is done. Then I'll buy for you something ready that you could lease now, make profit now. You don't wait. But I'll divide it for you. I'll get you, for example, a villa that you can run long term because there's a high demand, but the families own villas. But I pick up for you, let's say, a unit in Business Bay on the water that's highly in demand for holiday homes. So I put it for holiday homes, which can generate more profit for you, although the occupancy will not be 100% across the whole year, but the profit is higher. So by that, I would diversify your investment and I run the calculations properly. An agent that's not sophisticated enough to do all of those calculations and all of those strategies for investment, then that will not be the right agent for you. An agent, that people misunderstand it, is not just a commissioner between the developer and the buyer. No, that's completely wrong. An agent, a good agent, is an investment advisor. That's how you need to look at him. And that's the type of agent that you want to be on your side.
La stratégie, c'est la clé de la réussite, en tout cas dans l'investissement. Et la diversification, justement, c'est ce que tu disais avant, ça nous permet de limiter les risques. En tout cas, à Dubaï, pour l'instant, il n'y a pas trop de risques. Quelle est la suite pour Dr Baydoun?
For me, first, I would like to keep to challenge myself in enhancing and coming up with the more creative ideas. There is one of the agents keep telling me that what's the threshold of the creativity? So when you're gonna reach the peak, and I would say for that project, I will buy from you. I told him, creativity has no limits. It's not because I'm different than other creative people in the world, but that's the name of the game. Particularly when you are so much dedicated and so much disciplined about your discipline, it's only inevitable that you're gonna come up with better and better and better projects. On the other side, for me, I'll try to keep capitalizing on my social media. That's doing very well recently. And actually, it's helping me even in my work in Damac, because whenever I talk about a certain product, I explain it on social media. That helps a lot in promoting Damac's project. And it's helping also a lot for people to understand what's special about us, what's special about our strategies, why we are differentiated, and why we are quality-driven, as opposed to, let's say, other companies that can be only commercially driven. So also that's for me, there's going to be an important aspect that I'm going to keep focusing on to shadow my work with Damac.
Merci beaucoup, Dr Baydoun.
Pas de quoi.
C'était un vrai plaisir d'échanger justement d'investissement avec quelqu'un qui a une grande expérience comme la tienne.
Le plaisir est mien.
Et écoute, je te dis à très bientôt.
À bientôt.